Hello, Scorpio. Thank you for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen, and there's Gretchen's last name. So if you'd like to find any of those creators, there's the information to find them. Oh. Scorpio. Okay, I did one last card, and I feel like that makes sense why. Alright. There's a central issue, and I'm noticing the Lovers here, the Seven of Pentacles, the Strength card. I don't feel like this issue is directly, like it's almost like you're seeing somebody else fight. It's almost like a couple's fight or something like that. Or it could be a business thing where, you know, there's departments not getting along, or a couple co-workers not getting along, a couple departments not getting along, something like that. You could have siblings not getting along. It's something where it's not directly, like you're not directly being attacked in this situation. That's not what this reading is talking about. It's about seeing other people that you care about going at it, having problems, seeing it from the outside and being like, wait a minute, I don't want to amp that up. I don't want that stronger. I want that to actually dissipate. If I could actually make something better and help something, you know, if I could help resolution, okay. But if me stepping in there and opening my mouth just makes it more confusing, or just gets more energy, more chaos into it, then there's no need for that. I don't want that, because I like these people. I feel like you like these people. That's why you're having this feeling. Like I want these people to get along. I don't want them to be going at each other. So at first you're kind of holding back, absorbing what you can, kind of absorbing, listening off to the side, but very hesitant to step into it, because like it could be like stepping into a pile of crap is why, you know, like, oh, I don't want to make this worse. I don't want to get it all on me, and I don't want to make it worse. Like, why get covered in all this crap for no reason and then just make the situation worse anyway? So you are interested in helping. It seems like it's kind of complicated though. The Lovers is here. The Seven of Pentacles, like there's been a problem for a while. The Strength card, there might be a few different people having some issues here. This is all kind of working kind of against each other. There's love, there's what's used to, what's expected to be done. There's trying to hold the line, trying to keep things the same way. It seems like it might be a little bit of a toxic atmosphere. Instinct is here with acceptance and recovery. Like the recovery, they might have to work out on their own. I don't know if we're going to get to that. It seems like it's like this fades in and out. Instinct and recovery seems like it's just going back into the same patterns. Acceptance is also seeming like, you know, oh, this is how it is. We don't need to fight over it. It's a weird energy. What's at the bottom of this? Way at the bottom, and this fell out of the deck when I was shuffling it, is the Ace of Swords, but it's reversed. There's something not right in this situation. Either it's a person or just a flat-out false information. Could be could be a fire starter. Could be somebody like, it's almost like, you know, your sibling is married to a person, and then that sibling has a friend, and that friend keeps going behind the scenes and saying, you know, your spouse, you know, does it really, don't they get out at 5? How come they don't get home till 7:30? Like, what's going on with that? You know, that's how cheating starts, you know. Or something, or like, oh, you know, I saw this person. I saw them down there. What were they doing down there way across town? Like, do they know people there? Did you know they were there? What was going on with that? That's what I'm getting here with the Ace of Swords reversed. Like, it's very, like, somebody's starting crap. This is at the very bottom. So it's almost like you're seeing the problem here, you're over here, but there's somebody off to the side. Like, it's really kind of like, oh, did you know? I'm pretty sure I saw them there. Yeah. Who do they know over there? How long did they stay? Do you know? Did you know they were even over there? Stuff like that going on. And it might even be that they never were there. That never even happened. Could be a case of mistaken identity, or they saw a vehicle like theirs, something like that. The Ace of Swords reverse is telling me something is being started from a lie or from malicious gossip. One of the two. Now, everything that's going on here, I feel like you're looking at the situation yourself and you're knowing something isn't fitting. But from the part you're experiencing this, you might have no connection to know where it's off. You might have an inkling. There might be certain people that you look at them and you're like, something about them I don't really care about and I don't know what it is. You might have that. In some rare instances, maybe you know these people, you know maybe this friend, and you've experienced their negativity before and you're suspicious if they've been pulling it again. But it's hard to see it. The completion is here with perseverance. Is like somebody's really trying to start some issues here, and they're trying to get something to break down, but I feel like it might not work. There's a lot going back and forth here. Watching the situation go through, I feel like you're absorbing information, and you're trying to help. You get to the point where you really try to help, and you're trying to just kind of like pull the energy back. You don't want to get involved in any type of argument, but like if you have one off with one or the other or somebody here, what's going on? Tell me what's happening. Are you sure this is that bad? What do you know what's happened? Like, do you have proof that this happened? Who's telling you this has happened? Like, how can we find out if this is actually happening? I feel like there comes a point afterwards, like when people aren't arguing or not right in front of each other arguing, you might be having one-offs with people just trying to figure out what's going on and like, is this really that bad? Well, all right, if you want, I can go talk to that person myself and just see if I can find out some answers, but you know, I think you guys are really good. I don't want to see this go really sour if it doesn't have to. Let's find out the truth. If the truth is there, then you got to deal with the truth the way we got to deal with the truth. But let's first make sure we have the truth before we go too far with this. And I feel like you're trying to be very diplomatic, like you don't want this to become a big mess. So you're trying your best to kind of like find out what's happening and pull it apart and smooth it out and like, all right, let's find out. So this happened. Oh, were you in this part of town? Because there seems to be some misinformation or a question if you were over there and what you would have been doing while you were over there. It was like 2 weeks ago on a Tuesday at about 4:30. And they're like, well, I don't get out till 5. How could I be there at 4:30? Oh, I don't know. Maybe they have the time wrong. Do you ever get into that part of town? Do you remember a couple of weeks ago, were you there? Did you have a friend over there? Like, you were possibly dropping off from work? I feel like you're trying to work things out. You're just trying to go to this person's benefit because you want the truth. You're not, like, accusing because you're like, if you put somebody on defense, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, they just put up that wall. So you're being nice. You're like, I just want to know the truth. What's going on here? I do feel like you're very helpful at making the situation become more talkative, there's more of a conversation happening. I don't know if you're going to really be involved in the conversation that solves this. I don't know about that, but I do feel like you're influencing the situation kind of like, you know, it's better to find out the truth. Let's be honest. Where did this information come from? Why do you think this? Where were you actually? Like, because I feel like there's misinformation. There's definitely misinformation here. Something is false. Something is definitely false here. As it keeps going forward, you're getting isolation on your side. So they're giving me the isolation as if you're not going to see this, at least not when it's happening. Discovery of the truth will happen. Discovery that the Ace of Swords is reversed is going to happen. The information that was wrong is going to be pointed out. It's going to be put to the test, and it's going to be seen to be false. However that needs to happen, that will happen. I don't see that coming forward to you right off the bat, but what I do see happening in the environment is justice. Justice with the Star card and the Princess of Pentacles going up towards your side, Princess, Prince, princess actually, which is a very powerful energy in this kind of like things seem to be restabilizing to what you expect them to be, but yet you're not completely comfortable with them. Even though justice is served, you're kind of like, yeah, but what caused this to go so far out of whack to begin with? The truth has been discovered. You don't know exactly what happened with it, and that's why you might be a little nervous, kind of like, oh, I don't know if it's as completely as stable as I'd like it to be. But in the environment, the people dealing with it, they know what happened. They know why it went out of whack. They got the star card, which is hope, which is looking towards that optimistic viewpoint. Somebody's going to be upset about where that Ace of Swords reversed came from. There's going to be some problems with that, but the people that they were having arguments with due to the misinformation, that's being solved. The person who started it, that's a whole nother story, and I feel like that's the bittersweet. Finding out the truth for somebody is going to be hard because while the truth comes out in the main situation, and that's okay, and that makes a big difference, the fact that somebody tried to start problems, that becomes its own problem in itself. And that's going to be dealt with all on its own. I don't see that being a public thing, but you may notice somebody else being ostracized after a while because of their behavior. Yeah, actually you're seeing rejection out here. Rejection pops up in the environment with the Nine of Pentacles. Somebody's getting their just desserts. Somebody, I feel like it's either malicious gossip or flat out lies, one of the two. Somebody's getting called out for that, and I feel like they're getting their just desserts. When I'm getting rejection with the Nine of Pentacles, it's kind of like somebody is being rejected, and it's the right thing. It's what they get for what they did. It's like if they're going to be malicious and play games like that, that's what's going to happen. Like you really could upset somebody's life, and if you really are going to play that carelessly with people's lives, you're going to get removed from the life, that person's life. I'm seeing you notice this. This is going to be the part where you probably catch into like who said what, possibly. Because you got joy on your side with the Five of Cups. Joy in the sense of like everything's going back into line. The people you care about are getting along. The Five of Cups is kind of like you're kind of disappointed in the person who caused the issue. And you're kind of like, well, that's really kind of crappy. You're kind of disappointed in the person who did it. But the fact that they did it, you don't feel bad for them. Kind of like if that's how you're going to play, you know, live by the sword, die by the sword. You know what I mean? And that's literally the Ace of Swords reversed. So you're not really happy about the whole situation. But what I do get is when that person gets ousted, I feel like they needed to be ousted. Because I'm noticing the whole situation has a very good moment. The King of Cups comes in. I kind of think of him as like holding the Ace of Cups right to the side. Like, who am I going to give it to? Who will I grant the power of the Ace of Cups? So I'm getting there's a lot of good energy coming in here. I'm getting more possibilities coming in. The situation seems to be taking almost like a honeymoon feel to me. So whoever this is, whoever's dealing with this situation, they're getting along very well. In the beginning, they were having a very rough time with somebody that you care about. At the end here, they're getting along very well. You seem to think that there's a lot more possibilities, a lot more advancement going on here. This could be go extremely well. You're very happy about that. I feel like whatever happened negative or whoever got ousted, you're just letting that be. You're just ignoring it. There's a new possibility coming out of this. I'm not exactly sure what that's going to be, but I feel like you connected with this. You're connected to this whole new possibility coming in. There's a really good opportunity coming, but I feel like it depends on your situation and how you know these people, what that opportunity will be. But something is really positive for you. Something seems to be going your way very well at this point. It's just very open-ended. That's what I got. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.